Sports Tonight on Channels Television. We're broadcasting live from our sports center in Lagos, Nigeria. Once again, congratulations to the Channels International Kids Cup team for winning that special recognition award, the Football Achievement Award at the Nigeria Pitch Awards. We also want to dedicate that award to every child, those kids that came out to play at season 11 of the competition right here in Lagos. Boys from Banham Model Primary School in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, the boys from Ogun, the boys from Kaduna, the boys from Ghana and Benin Republic, the boys from Ogun, Ekiti, the boys that came all the way, all the different parts of the country. We'll dedicate that award to the players. We want to tell you guys to stay focused. It's football and education. Keep winning. I remember a child from Ebonyi told me that if I come first in class, will I come again next year? I say we are still in primary school. So that's the benchmark. Do so well in school and then chase your dreams. You can become whatever you want to be when you empower yourself. And we're glad that we're using football to empower lives and touch lives. And we will not stop. We'll continue. And that's why I want to appreciate the Nigeria Pitch Awards once again for that recognition. Let's get on with the show. Still in Asaba. On June the 7th, 2016, a legend of African football left the world. The big boss, Stephen Keshi, passed on. It's now 3 years since he left. The National Association of Nigerian Professional Footballers, they put together this memorial lecture. It's the second edition, and they invited current players in the Super Eagles. Look at some of them there. I see Ahmed Musa, that's Kenneth Omeru and Chidozie Awaziem, Odioni Alo, Ikechi Kwezen were saying, listen, Kenneth, listen. Coach General was also there, the captain of the side, Mikel Obi. They came out to listen to the lecture that will start life after football. What does the country owe our ex-international players, our ex-internationals? Because most times, Toby, you hear persons say, oh, I saved the country, I did this, and look at me now. So they're trying to let them know that there's life after football. You should start planning towards that stage.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very good message, Austin. This is a very strong message we should be passing for a couple of years right now. Like I said, it is really sad to see international come on the doors of the NFF to knock, I'm sick and this. Yes, we know, maybe the Federation should support, but we should also understand that the Federation are not there for charity, are not there to take care of international, because of the fact that there was no program to create a synergy between the ex-footballers and the Federation. Maybe in Europe, what they do is, there's an account, you can,
but it's a proper pension scheme in place.
In place, but here we don't have it. And the fact that you get paid when you're paying, you need to plan after football. Life after football is the real life of footballers. Yeah. And I mean, there's the lifespan of footballers are very short. I always tell them, because 15, 20 years, you're done.
And when you're done, you need to get busy.
You need to get busy. What are you doing with the money you make over the years? What about your investment? Who are those in charge of your investment? So these are kind of the message we need to pass to them. And this is a very good lecture, because the likes of Stephen Keshi, of blessed memory, these are players who planned. Even, Keshi has got to live even after football. Even before the Super Eagles job, he was living. And a couple of them also
was able to coach Mali,
coach Togo, took them to the World Cup, to the AFCON. So, I mean, you need to plan. And this is the time for you to plan. The moment you cross 25, you need to start planning. And I hope, about 25 players of them were there.
All of them.
They got the message, they've received the message, and I hope henceforth they will plan. And those coming behind also will pick up this message and also plan after football. It's very, very important. That is the real life after football for the players.
So while that lecture was charging footballers to prepare for life after football, in some parts it also talked to government football administrators to put together a proper welfare package for our players.
The Federation also, Austin.
Exactly,
Here is the thing, Austin. I think the players, you need to pass the kind of message first. They need to understand why you need to trust the Federation, where we're trying to do maybe an account, a pension scheme, and the rest. I mean, there was a day I was chatting with Dominic Iofa, and he told me about one of his pension schemes. He doesn't even know he had money in the UK. And he was there in Makurdi, and they called me. They called him, and they paid thousands of dollars into his account. So, you need to trust the Federation. There must be synergy. There must be trust. And then we need to. I heard the Minister President, talking about that. We should not
it's
just
about time.
We should start it right now, so that we can help these players. So that we can help them after their career.
It's not just even football. I don't know if you know Indika, which is the only Nigeria that played at the Grand Slam event, Wimbledon, He told me that he gets money, he's under like a salary scheme for life from the ATP for just playing at a Grand Slam event. That's a tennis player. So for our footballers to feel, look at what happened with Coach Christian Chukwu recently. We thank God for someone that came to assist. We've been talking about goalkeeper Fregene for some time now.
For some time,
Like, look, these things always happen, and that's what the National Association of Nigerian Professional Footballers are trying to do. You know, educate these players and also tell government their roles in this welfare scheme so that everyone will be fine. Austin Popo is the General Secretary of the association. Ken Anugweje was the guest lecturer, and of course, it was done in Delta State. They've been reacting to that second edition of the Stephen Keshi Memorial Lecture. Let's listen to them.
We should be able to take responsibility of what belongs to us, of anything that we do to really promote the game and promote the interests of our players. This is, like I said, the Memorial Lecture is just one leg of the so many activities that we are working on. It's not just limited to Stephen Keshi alone. We have plans. You can see that what is even trending now is that a lot of our former colleagues, they first seek one problem or the other. So we must find solutions. And what are the solutions? And to be candid, the pitfalls or the challenges we have in Nigerian football are not peculiar to Nigeria. They are all global team, but XPA, they've been able to put mechanism in place to really take care of. What are the mechanisms? For example, we talk about the pension scheme. We talk about the Players Welfare Trust Fund, so that before the players retire, if anything happens, they have a fallback. You know, I was in late Shinedu Doji burial. I was telling them in the gathering, I said, after today, everybody will disappear. It's only the players' union, and true to it, we are the one discussing with the family. And I also said, for example, if the pension scheme can be running, at least by our calculation, at a minimum point, the family and the wife and the children would have been getting about 100,000 naira every month. That is just on the low side. So this is the kind of vision we have.
As much as they have their own share of the blame, I think government should up their game and do more for these our national heroes who gave up their youthful years of productivity in other areas to serve the nation.
See, by this, a lot of our young ones can benefit from it. Because of the legacy that he left, they may not get to know while playing, but if they're able to attend such lectures, they'll get to know more. And then what about life after football? From these lectures, they will get to be well abreast with such.
And I totally agree. So that's it. Current players in the Super Eagles were at that lecture, so they've listened now. Austin Popo is an ex-international, so he's an authority in that field. Ken Anugweje has been around sports development in Nigeria for quite some time, so when he talks, persons really need to tap into his wealth of experience. And I totally agree with also Tony Okowa, Delta State Chairman Sports Commission, and he's saying, look, nothing beats education. Some players will actually listen to this because they just playing 3-4 clubs and their career is just over.
And it's very, very common these days. You see players flying 2-3 seasons, and the first season you start struggling. You find yourself in Slovakia before you know the income will drop. And planning might be difficult at that time. Also, people really made a lot of key points.
Yeah.
And, trust fund, welfare of these players is very, very important. It's sad to see ex-international, come back after this career. Yes, they give a lot. Struggle. And, the Sport Federation, the NFF, every federation have got a lot of programs. So, it's really going to be difficult for them to pull off from the fund that's not even available.
There must be a structure.
So the structure is now. They need to create this. For me, I still believe the reason why we don't have this structure also is because of trust. It's because of there's no trust between the players and the federation.
What about persons with integrity, the officials?
Yeah.
Do we have persons that we can say, yes, this is going to be a proper, scheme, and these persons are going to run
honestly,
it?
Austin Popo has really done a lot of work over the years. He's shown his man, these players can trust. Work with the Players Association, work with the federation, not even football alone, even at the other sports. Like I said, Doji is one of those players that has shocked the world. Shocked us in this country. And Doji was playing at the Ajax level, Kano Pillars, sub Eyimba for 5 years. But after he's there, what is really happening to his family? No one will pay Doji. It's no more. I think Pillars paid about 2-3 months after his death. I just hope, I hope the likes of Doji has invested, and this could take care of the family and his children also. But it's very, very important also. This is the right moment to do this. Welfare of players.
And I'm glad that we're using Stephen Keshi as a model, someone that was a shining light to football in Africa, not just Nigeria. So this memorial lecture should continue so players will understand. We can go on. Izu Joseph and 3SC.
Yeah, Izu Cup. I mean,
it's really the clubs should be involved, the federation, the local sports council, everyone should come together and say, these persons belong to us. They're giving us a good representation. They're like ambassadors. They shouldn't die and their families start suffering. So that's a good one. Shout out to the National Association of Nigerian Professional Footballers, NAMF, and for putting that one together. We just hope that players' welfare in Nigeria is improved.